You're welcome. Let's wait a bit for others to join. Okay, while we wait for others to join, today we are going to learn formulas in Excel. We're going to learn about formulas in Excel. In our last class, we talked about data cleaning. So maybe if you are here to see that, if you were not able to join the live, you can go to the recording. It's recorded. So you can go to the recording. But today we're going to learn about formulas. Good afternoon, Messi. Good afternoon. You're welcome. Yeah, so let's wait a bit. Let's wait till like 5 minutes. Or let me say till like 2:05. Let's wait till like 2:05. That's 3 minutes so that more people can join. So today we're going to learn. Good afternoon, Samuel. You're welcome. We're going to learn addition. We're going to learn how to perform addition in Excel, subtraction, division, multiplication. We're going to learn how to perform minimum, get minimum value, maximum value, find the average, count A. Okay, yes, I realized that we did that in our last class, Samuel. I went through the last class. I removed those things that I explained to you in the group chat is in the last class. So if you can just go to the former streaming with my YouTube channel, you will see the video to the last class and you see exactly how I went through that step. So we already did that in the last class. I don't know if you were there last Saturday. I don't know if you joined the class. So just go through the video, right? The last streaming, the last bootcamp day 2, just go through it. You're going to see that particular step. We did that step with the same data set. So you're going to see it. Unless you still don't understand it. I don't know if you have gone through the video and you don't understand it. If that's the case, then you can chat me up so that we can go through it together. So, but today we're going to learn about formulas. Okay. So we are going to start with addition. So I was the one that I created this by myself. And it's not something I downloaded. So in case you want to follow me, you can create this also. Okay, just write in all these beside here and just highlight, go to your home tab and change the color here. to whatever you want. That's if you like, but it's not really necessary. It's not necessary. So yeah, we're going to start with addition. So now, addition in Excel. So let's say you want to add up some numbers. Let's say you have 65 and then you have 45 and you want to add them up, right? You're going to go in with equals to, because in Excel, if you want to write a formula in Excel, you have to start with equals to. If you don't start with equals to, Excel is not going to see it as a formula. It will just see it as a data. Maybe you're just trying to enter data into your cell. It won't see it as a formula. So whenever you want to write a formula in Excel, make sure that you start with equals to, so that Excel can see it as what, a formula. So we're going to start with equals to, and then we're going to select this cell C3, and then we're going to use this addition sign, and then we'll select this cell, and then we'll click on enter. So that's 110. So when I double click on this, you see the formula. So that's the formula for, okay, okay, let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. Okay, okay. I think this is better. This should be better now. Is this okay? So is this fine? All right. So this is how you perform the addition. This is how you perform the addition. So you just go in with equals to, and then you select the first cell you want to add, select the second cell, and then you click on enter. So that's how you do the addition. So let me check. Okay, so that's for addition, right? Then for subtraction, let's say we have 50 and then we have 65, and you want to subtract the two values. You go in with equals to, select 50 minus 65, then click on enter. So that will give you minus 15. Excuse me, let me do something. Let me turn off my camera. So is that better? Can you guys see my screen more better now? Like when I zoom it this way, is it clearer? Hmm? Hello guys, are you there? And now, you know what? I'm coming. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so that's for subtraction. That's for subtraction. So let's make this into. So that's for subtraction. So we have 50 and 45. So 50 minus 45 will give us what? 5. So then for division, let's say we have 60 and we have 10. So for division, you go in with equals to 60, this slash sign, and 10, and then click on enter to give you 6. Can you guys see my screen? Please, if you can see my screen, can you just say something in the chat box? Hello? If you can see my screen, can you say something in the chat box, please? Hello? Is anyone there? Am I the only one here? Please, if you can see my screen, can you say something in the chat box, please? Okay, my screen is blank. All right, wait. What about now? Mm. Oh, it's loading. I've already shared my screen. You soon start seeing it. You soon start seeing my screen. Sorry. Can anyone see it now? Can anyone see the screen now? Hello? No. Oh, okay. What's the problem? Still blank. Okay. Okay. Let me see what I can do. Um. Okay. So I think you can see it now, right? Can you see it, guys? And I also zoomed my screen. Let me know if you guys can see that now. Okay. I think my screen is showing now. All right. So I was talking about division. So I said, all right, yes, okay. Okay, that's wonderful. So I'll say talking about division. So I said that for division, you use this slash sign to perform division. You use this slash sign to perform division. So you select this first cell, then this slash, then select the second cell to divide, right? So then for multiplication, let's say we have 45 and then we have 2. For multiplication, you come over here, you begin with equal to, select this first cell, use this asterisk. So this asterisk is what we use for multiplication in Excel. Is what we use for multiplication. So you click on enter, it will tell you what 90. When you double click, you can see the formula. So it's telling us 90. For minimum, what minimum means is that minimum will give you the minimum value. It will give you the minimum value of the minimum number, that's the lowest number in your cell range. So in your column, minimum will give you the lowest number. in your column. Then maximum, max, will give you the highest number in your column. That's the biggest number, or we can say the largest number in your column. So we are going to go with equals to, and we are going to start with mean. So mean is a function in Excel. So see what it's saying. It's saying returns the smallest number in a set of values, ignores logical values and tests. So it will return the smallest number in a set of values. So if it's a cell range that you selected, it will return the smallest number there. A column, it will return the smallest number. So I'll click on this minimum, then I can highlight this whole cell range, right? And click on enter, and then it will give us 2. So 2 is the minimum number in this range. 2 is the minimum number. So if you want to just select only a column, you can also select only a column. So we can just do this, right? Highlight only a column, it will give you 45, because in this column 45 is the smallest or the lowest number here. So that's for minimum. Then for maximum, max is also a function, right? Max is also a function in Excel. So I'm going to highlight this whole range and then click on enter, and it will give me the maximum number or the maximum value, right, that we have. So that's for maximum. That's for maximum. My screen is still blank. How? Oh, the screen is gone. Okay. It should be back now. All right. Hope you can see it now. Should be back now. All right. So this is for maximum, right? This is for maximum. Then for average, hello, hope you can see the screen now, right? You can see the screen now, right? I want to confirm if you can see my screen so I can continue. Okay, so for the average, okay, thank you, Messi. Thank you. For the average will give you the average value, mean, right? Average means mean. So if you can do this average calculation by yourself, average is also called the mean. So average is like, if you want to do the average by yourself, it's just the sum of all the number divided by the count of the numbers. So average without the average function. If you want to do that, you sum up, see this number here, you sum them up. So let's say the sum of this number, let's do sum. Okay, that's something we call sum. Okay, let's not use sum till we get there. So let's add up this number, plus 50 plus 60 plus 45. So it's 220. So the sum of that number is 220. So if you want to find the average, right, by yourself without using the average function, you first sum up the number, then divide it by how many value they have. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is 4. Remember, we're not making use of this 2. This means 2. We're just making use of 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means we have 4 values. We put 4. Right, this one, it will give us the average. Without using the function, you can still calculate average. Average is just adding up the whole number and then dividing it by the number of, so the number we have, the sum of it is 20, and their 4 numbers, so this is going to be the average. And then you can also calculate the average using the average function, using the average function. So we are just going to highlight this whole number and click on enter, and you see still giving us the same value, 55. It's still giving us the same value, 55. So this is how you find your average, right? 55. So if in case you want to find it, just want to find it without using the average, you can do that. Sum up the values and divide it by the number of values you have, or you can just use the average function. Anyone is fine. Then we have the count. What the count does is that it's going to count the number of values you have in your column. So instead of manually counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, count function will count it for you. So go in with equal to and then count. Count is also a function, right? Then highlight the column you want to count and then click on enter. It will count it for you. So it says 7. And if you count this, it's 7. It's 7 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7. So count just counts the number you have. Count just count the number you have. The number of values you have, I mean. Then we have what we call count A. Count A is a little different from count. What count A will do is that count A will count the test values that you have. The test value. Number count cannot count any value that is not number. Let's say we have, let's come down here and create something. Let's create this column, car type, and then we have after car type we have number. That's a car number, and then we're going to be writing different car type. mm, mm. So let's say these are the different cars we have, okay, and then we're going to give them numbers. So for this number we have these are just random data, just random. I just random. So these are car types and their numbers. Okay, so now if you want to count how many car types, you want to count how many in this car type column, how many cars are here, and you use equal to count. You use equal to count and then and click on enter. It's going to give you 0 because count doesn't count test columns. You only count number columns. Okay, you only count number columns. So if you want to count a test column, you use what we call count A. So count A counts test column. So you do equal to count A, then you highlight the test column you want to count and click on enter. And you see it's giving you a value 10. It has given us a value 10. So this is difference between count and count A. And then we have count blank. We have count blank. We have count blank. So what count blank does is that you only count values, you only count blank cells. You only count blank cells. So let's say we have this, we put this here, and then we have this, and then we have to you, and then we have this, and then you want to count blank spaces. So this count blank can help you know how many number of missing cells you have in your column, number of missing cells you have. So if you want to know how many missing cells you have in your column, you can use count blank. You only count blank spaces. So we're going to go into equal to, and then we're going to select count blank, and then we highlight this and click on enter. So it's going to give you what, 3. It's giving us 3 because we have only 3 empty cells. 1, 2, 3. have only three empty cells. So that's what count blank is. Count blank count empty cells. Count blank count empty cells. And then we have what we call count if. Count if. So you see, you notice that for count, what count does is that it will just count and give you how many number. Like, okay, let's say count A. What count A does now is that it just give you how many numbers of car that we have here. But that's the total number of cars we have here. But if you want to find out how many, if you want to find out how many, if you want to find out how many Corolla cars you have, or how many Honda cars you have, that's when you use count if. That's when you use count if. So when you are just counting the whole cars without anyone like together, you just want to know the total number of cars, you use count A. But when you want to count number of a specific car, you use count if. So let's say we want to count how many Honda cars we have. We write Honda here. We write Honda, come here, and we go in with equals to, and then we write count if. So count if. Then the first thing we are going to do is that we are going to select the column that has the the car type. So we are going to, right, is that we are saying from this car type column, count just Honda, right? Count just Honda. So we're going to click on enter and it will give us 4. So that means in this car type, we have 4 Honda cars. I mean, counting it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 Honda cars. So this is how count if works. So if you come here where we wrote this Honda, and change it to another car, maybe to this Mazda car, and click on enter, the value here will change, right? Because it's going to now count for Mazda. So Mazda is 1, 2, 3. So Mazda is 3 cars. They have 3 Mazdas, right? So this is how count if works. Count if count number of a specific value, then count A or count the total value, number of the total value. But count if count number of a specific value. That's the difference. So I don't know, do you have any question at this point, or I can go ahead? mm, no question. Okay, I guess there's no question, so I can go ahead. So now we've talked about all these formulas, right? So let's move into sum. So you know what sum is. Sum will sum up the whole values you have. So let's say you want to sum up this total number total number of cars here. You use sum. Sum will just add it up for you, like so, equals to sum. So sum is a function also. Then we highlight this whole table, sorry, column, and then click on enter. So it's giving us 602. So it's giving us 602. This means that what it did is it did 45 plus 76 plus 89 plus 54 plus 32 plus 90, 87, 32, 21, 76, which will give us 602, right? That's what happened here. So that's what sum is. Okay, I believe we all know what sum is. And then after sum, we have what we call sum if. We have what we call sum if. So how does sum if work? Sum if is similar to count if, right? Sum if is very similar to count if. Now you can sum up all the car values, right? But then what if you want to sum up the car values for just Corolla? For just Corolla, how do you do that? That's where sum if come into play. So I want to sum up the curve numbers for Corolla, just Corolla. How to do that? I will use sum if. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to write Corolla here. And make sure that the value I'm seeing here, the way it is represented here is the same way it's here. If you use small letter here and then use capital letter here, it's not going to work. So I'm going to clean this formula also because I want to make use of this space. So for some, we're going with equals to and then if. So the next thing we're going to do is a range, right? We're going to select the range of the cars, right? Then do comma. The criteria is that we want to work on this Corolla. So we select this. So we are saying in this range of cars for Corolla, right? Comma, then calculate sum the number. So we now highlight this number too. So you see what happened here. Equals to sum if this car type column, we want only Corolla and we want to sum only Corolla cars. We want to sum only the number of Corolla cars. That's what we did here. So we click on enter and it's giving us 166. That means 76. That means 76 here. 76 plus 90. I think it's only two Corollas we have. We give you 166. So this is how sum if work. So if we change, we come over here and change it from Corolla to Honda and click on enter, it will change the value to 229. To change the value to 229. So that's how sum if works. That's it for sum if. So nobody saying anything in the chat box. So I don't know if you guys are following me. Please, I want to know if you are following me. Say something in the chat box, please. Even if you don't have question, just say something. I'm waiting to know. Say something before we can go ahead. Hello, am I the only one here? Please hear me. Say something in the chat box. Eh, okay. Messi is following. All right. Tobe. Okay. So are you just coming or you want to show me that you are following? Okay. To be sure that I'm not talking to myself. All right. So we are going to move to just joining. Okay. The recording will be so. Next formula we are going to talk about. Okay. Kemi. Okay, the next formula we're talking about is the if function, or what we call it statement. So we're going to move into a blank space for that. So we're just going to move into a blank space. So let's write if here. So for this if, we're going to give write and create small table. So we can call it fruit. So we can create a fruit table. We're going to put apple, orange, mango, um kiwi, um pawpaw, or which other fruit should I put? um okay, let's put mango again because mango is my favorite fruit. So I'm going to drag it. Okay, that didn't. All right, so we have this fruit. Okay, so this if formula, right, is a conditional formula. It's a formula that will, or yeah, is a function that will help you um create conditions, right? Let's say for example now, at kids, when our parents send us on an errand, or let me say someone sends you to help them get something in the market, and they'll be like, okay, I want you to help me Fanta. Okay, I want you to help me get Fanta. So you, as you get to the supermarket, you will open the soft drink, you go to where they sell soft drink, and then you'll be checking for Fanta, right? You'll be checking for Fanta. You check for the first drink there. If it's not Fanta, you say no. You check for the second. If it's not Fanta, you say no. You check for the third. If it's not Fanta, you say no. Fanta, then you say yes. You take it and you buy it, right? Same way if statement works. That's the same way it works. It's very similar to that. Now we have basket full of fruits, and I want to find only mangoes. I want only mangoes. So I'm going to write a formula that will help me find mangoes and then tell me yes, right? Is mango. Just as the way we do that in the physical in real life, how to communicate to Excel to give us that kind of result, we use formulas. So I will now have to write a formula to tell Excel that, oh, I'm looking for mango. If you find mango, say whatever I want. If I want to buy it, I'll say, okay, if you find mango, say buy it. If it's not mango, don't buy it. That's what we're going to do. So that is how if statement works. So we are going to come here, we go in with equals to, and then we write this cell is equal to mango, comma. So if it's equal to mango now, what happens? What will happen if it's equals to mango? Can I say? I cannot say. I'll say whatever I want to. I'm the one that will decide whatever I want to do with it. I'm the one that will decide what I want to do if it's mango. So if it's mango, I can be like buy. Let me not use calculator. I can be like buy. If it's not mango, I can be don't buy. So this is what you were sent to do in the market. You were sent to buy mango. So if you see mango, if you see anything that is mango, you buy. If it's not mango, you don't buy. Okay. So you see, if this cell K13 is equals to mango, buy. If it's not equals to mango, don't buy. So the after the condition here, the condition is mango equals to mango. Equals to mango is the condition. It should be, that's if you see this syntax here, if logical test. So this is the logical test. If this cell is equals to mango, this is the logical test, comma, the if, the value if true. So after you finish putting your logical test, the next thing you put in is the value that it will give you if it is, if it's true. So if it's true, if this logical test is met, it should give me buy. If this logical test is not met, it will give me don't buy. So this is the first value you put here is value if true. The second value you put here is value if false, right? You put in value if true here, and then value if false here. So then you notice that I'm writing double quotes before the word and after the word. This is because when you're writing a formula, right, either in Excel, in Power BI, in SQL, whenever you're writing a formula, and it's a string, it's a test formula, you will have to put in this double quote in front of it, before it and after it, to signify to Excel that this is a test. Whenever you're working with a test and a date, a test and a date, you have to put in this double quote to signify to Excel that, oh, this is a test. But if it's a number, you don't have to put in any double quotes. But when it's a test or a date, you have to put in double quotes before or after, right? In SQL, it's not double quotes. You can just put single quotes before and after. But in Excel here, is double quotes. I think single quote also works. Single quote works. It can either put single quote or both of them works. So now, after we are done writing our condition, we'll click on enter. So it's telling us what? Don't buy, because apple is not mango. So now we're going to double click here. So to check this cell, is it mango? No, it's not mango. To give us don't buy. You check this mango. Is check this cell? Is this cell? Is it mango? Oh, it's mango. It's right buy. To check this fruit, is this mango? Is not mango, don't buy. To check this fruit, is this mango? It's not mango, don't buy. Then to check this other fruit, is it mango? Oh, it's mango, buy. So this is how if condition works. So let me know if you guys understood what I just explained. If you do, let me know please, and sharp in the comment section. And wait to know, do you guys understand it? Is there any question? Hello. Any question? Okay, Messi understood it. Who else? Is it only Messi that understand this? Mm-hmm. Abi she the only one following? Okay, okay. Let me go ahead. Okay, so we're going to try another example. Very clear. Okay. Wonderful. So, can we write a formula on any column? You have to write it a column before or after, right? It has to be before, like here or here. So I don't think it's really proper that the first column is here, then you're going ahead far to write the formula there. No, you just can put it here or here. Okay, so now let's try another example with a number. So we have this number now. So we are going to go in with okay, I started from apple. Yes. Okay, you mean a cell. Can we write the formula on any cell? Okay. Okay, I started from this apple. Yes. You have to start from the first cell. You have to start from the first cell. Okay. Then you now double click here and replicate to the end of the column. You have to start from the first cell. If you start from the second cell, it will still work, oh, but imagine that the first cell is mango. Just assume that the first cell is mango. That means it won't be included. So that's why we just start from the first cell. Yes. So let's try another example with these numbers. So we are going to go in with equals to if. So if this cell, we are going to use another logical test, is greater than is greater than, oh you're welcome Kemi, is greater than 20. So if this cell is greater than 20, comma, so what will happen if it's greater than 20? Do this cell multiply by 5. If it's not, do this cell divided by 5. Then close the bracket and click on enter. So now this is just the same thing, but it just has to be numbers. Okay, so we are saying if this cell, right, cell K21 is greater than 20, that's a logical test. That's a logical test. Kelvin, I'm trying another example. I don't know if you are following me. So that's a logical test, okay? So if this cell 21 is greater than 20, which is a logical test, value if true. If it's greater than 20, you should multiply the cell by 5. Then if it's not greater than 20, you should divide the cell by 5. There is no header title. I'm just creating this data for example. It's not a data set. It's just something I'm just creating for example. These are just random numbers. So now we're saying if yeah, if this cell is greater than 20, you should multiply by 5. If it's less than 20, that's if it's not greater than 20, you should divide it by 5, and we'll click on enter. So you see it's giving us 3 because it's greater than 20. So what is giving us is dividing it by 5, right? So oh, I made mistake. What did I? So what I will now do, I'll come over here and double click. So I'll come and double click. So 20 is greater than 20 is not greater than 20. You know that 20 is 20. So it's still false. Right? 20 is 20, it's still false. The only thing that will include 20 is if we use greater than or equal to. There's something we call greater than or equal to. This the greater than or equal to means from that 20 upwards. So if the number is greater than 20 upwards, then that's what will make this 20 to be included. You can't do that because of you can't change the formula from the second row. If you want to change the formula, we have to go to the first row and change it. But this 20 is not greater than 20. 20 is 20. So it is wrong. So what happened is that he did 20 divided by 5. 20 divided by 5. That's what happened. So it's 4. Then 45 is greater than 20. So he did 45 multiplied by 5. He did 45 multiplied by 5, which gave us what? 25. Then 52 is greater than 20, and he did 50 multiplied by 5, which gave us 250. 20 is not greater than 20. So he did 20 divided by what? 5. So I don't know. Can someone give me an example of a statement we can still write with this apple? With this apple. What else do you think you can do with this apple now? I'm sorry, not apple, with this fruit column. This fruit column, what else do you guys think you can do here? Let me know. Another kind of statement you think we can write, or a condition you think we can write. Let me know whether you guys understand what I'm saying. Is anyone? Don't be afraid though. Anyhow it is. Let's see. Blend. What do you mean by blend? To meet up there. Can you explain more? What do you mean by blend? Nobody is willing to give it an example. What other condition can we write with this fruit? What other